AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR presented by LouisianaSports.net. Day 4 from Radio Row here at SEC Football Media Days. Putting a button on it. Lane Kiffin had his arrival. Arkansas and Mississippi State. They were on the plate as well. But the headliners, the entrees, LSU and Texas. We'll dive into all of it. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
So kind of an oddity at SEC Football Media Days historically. LSU has not only been the first day, they've been the first school. They've led off SEC Media Days. So this has been a different experience for us covering this Media Days with LSU being on the last day. But it was also just structured very differently because it was very light the first 2 days. Just there wasn't a lot of heavy hitter schools coming through. Oklahoma day 1, Georgia day 2. But by and large, it wasn't until day 3 that everything got ramped up. And then today, probably the headliners this week. I mean, everyone has been interested in Lane Kiffin. And then, of course, Texas, who may very well be the preseason favorite to win the national championship. We'll see what odds makers have to say about it. They're certainly going to be right in that mix, finishing the day. So that's where we are. But the day started with Lane Kiffin. Now, a small group of the local media was invited to meet with Lane Kiffin and the players before they began their rotation. And I did share a video a couple of videos on my Twitter about the two things that I think everyone was most interested in. And that was, hey, Lane, why have you been off of social media for 2 months? And then what's going on with Sam Leavitt? There's a lot of other ancillary things. Responding to Pete Golding, the Ole Miss stuff, which you know is going to get. But Lane, I don't know that he was going to say anything different today than he's already said about that exit. For all of us, we're looking forward to the season and what the season is going to bring for the LSU football Tigers as now they'll begin camp here in 2 weeks. Well, Lane did answer those two things. And the social media component of it, I thought, was fascinating. And apparently, as you'll hear, this is what he said in the main room, we have Knox Kiffin to thank or blame.
I think as I look back over my life, one of the things that has been great is subtracting things as you get older. And I think that's a big part of growth. And Knox one day, he's like, Dad, there's no way you could get off social media. And if you know me, like, that's the best thing to do. My kids have learned that too. If they really want something, just say, I can't do it, and I'm gonna do it. And so I'm like, well, I bet I can. And it really wasn't a plan. And so I got off of all of it. And then it was still on there, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna go to another level, and I just deleted the apps. And it was really interesting to see as I went through it, because Knox pushing me to do that, challenging me, allowed me to help other players, friends, coaches, to say, man, you should try this sometime. Because once you remove something from your life, you start to realize how many other people are addicted to it or need it. And to be free of that has been interesting because you don't compare. It's been an interesting study and a way of being more present.
He did give a little more long-form answer with more context in the room, the private room with the local media. And I did put that on my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook. So if you want to check that out, you can go see that longer form. A lot of the same reasoning there, but a little longer form interview where he gave some context. And that honestly makes sense when you think of Lane. He's talked a lot about eating healthy and losing weight and giving up alcohol. And you heard him mention their toxic relationships and other things. So, yes, for a guy that has been able to purge bad, negative things out of his life, it does make sense if he looks at Twitter or social media that way. But the interesting thing is, Lane has said the reason he has said publicly why he was always so active on social media is because he used it really as a recruiting tool. It was sort of an icebreaker because he was already, quote unquote, famous with high school athletes and their families. So when he met them, it was like they already knew him. So that was an easy way to sort of, to begin those conversations with recruits. So I do wonder if in this era where it is far more transactional than relational in the NIL era, if that is part of Lane Kiffin's thinking of, look, maybe I don't need social media. And for a guy that has as much notoriety as he does and enough national media who will tell his stories that he wants or needs to be told. I mean, just he's given interviews to Vanity Fair and the Barstool show he was on. He did an On 3 feature with Chris Lowe. Like, he's got those opportunities in his back pocket should he want him. Lane Kiffin doesn't have to go beg a national outlet to do a story on him. If he wants to get a message out, he'll have the opportunity to do it. So it'll be interesting to see if he ventures back. Now, I will tell you, very selfishly, as a media guy, I want really interesting social media Lane Kiffin. That is just way more interesting to me. The other thing, of course, was Sam Levitt and why Sam Levitt is not here. And this is what Lane Kiffin had to say about his quarterback.
We left Sam, our quarterback. This is an interesting time where this fell. We actually this morning had player-led practices, and so Sam was able to stay for that. And Sam's doing an amazing job.
Now, I absolutely believe they had player-led practices today, and I absolutely believe that Sam Levitt is participating and maybe leading those player-led practices. I completely believe that. I do not believe that's why Sam Levitt was left. I don't think it's some vast conspiracy. Maybe it was just something where Lane was aloof and didn't give a whole lot of thought to who he brought. Maybe it's the fact that Sam didn't participate in spring football, and so maybe hasn't established himself yet as a leader of the team. I don't know. I'll remind you, a couple of years ago, Will Campbell didn't come to media days, and Brian Kelly made the decision to bring Mason Taylor instead. And the reason he gave was people knew Will Campbell, and this was an opportunity to showcase Mason, who might have been up for the Mackey Award and some other things. So you put a lot of these people on when you have other players who maybe are more notable at that point. I do think it's odd that we're here on July 23rd, and LSU's starting quarterback, who had a wild portal recruitment, who has been to the college football playoff, who has been a three-year starter in college, who was a three-year starter in college football, has still not said a single word into a microphone. That's an oddity. These are typically your Kentucky brought Kenny Minchie earlier today, transfer quarterback. That is not uncommon. John Mateer was here this week, but he was here a year ago as well with Oklahoma when he was a transfer quarterback. So a lot of quarterbacks are transfers in college football today, and they're still the most prominent people on the roster. What I will say that is very encouraging, you are about to hear this, by the way. I had the chance today to visit with Trey Dez, with TJ Daugherty, and with Whit Weeks here on Radio Row when the team was here earlier. So you're going to hear from all three of those. Trey Dez and Whit, I don't think I asked TJ about Sam Levitt, but I asked Trey Dez and Whit about Levitt, and you are going to love their answers about Sam Levitt. It's after further review. We are here from Radio Row at SEC Football Media Days, Day 4. Our show Open Every Day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Whether you're going to be in Tiger Stadium, whether you're going to be tailgating, watching at home, your favorite sports bar, watering hole, restaurant, make sure you drink easy with the delicious taste of Bud Light, the official beer of your Fighting Tigers of LSU. Okay, we are here at SEC Football Media Days on the final day. As I mentioned, we did have the opportunity to catch up with each of the LSU players individually earlier today before they left. They're already probably back in, I would imagine, they're back in Baton Rouge already. After their day was done around 1:30ish or so, they went and got themselves a steak and then got on the plane and flew back home. So I'd imagine they're already back home. But I had a chance to visit with each of them. And when we come back, you'll hear from LSU junior tight end Trey Dez. You are going to love this conversation. That's next on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark and the Renaissance. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Watermark Baton Rouge is Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. Right there on the corner of 3rd and Convention. If you're thinking of hosting an event, make sure you consider Watermark Baton Rouge. Gorgeous property in downtown Baton Rouge that can host a party of almost any size. And remember, coming up is the Capitol Gala in a few Saturdays. And maybe, that's an awesome event. It's going to benefit Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center. And it's downtown. It's walkable from Watermark. So maybe before the event, if you want to pop in and have a glass of wine or a cocktail at Watermark and then walk down to the event, you could do that. Or maybe you want to make kind of like a little staycation weekend out of it. Why not do that? Get a room at Watermark Baton Rouge, and it's convenient to change clothes, get dressed. Then you don't have to drive home. You just walk right back to the hotel and then have brunch at the Gregory on a Sunday and then head on home. Whatever you do, get by Watermark Baton Rouge.
He had a hard decision too, be where he was at. And then he went back, even though he came with me, then he went back, and then they tried to get him to stay again, and that wasn't easy for him because he was in the, we kind of call that utopia moment there of everything going great and winning, and then stuck with it and came back. So I'm just really proud of him for how far he's come.
That was Lane Kiffin talking about Charlie Weiss Jr., his offensive coordinator, who followed Lane Kiffin to LSU and Baton Rouge after flirting with staying at Ole Miss and going back to coach in the playoffs. And we well know the story. In LSU, Ole Miss made a strong push to keep Weiss. And you might recall LSU bumped his contract from $2 million to $2.5 million per year, adding another $1.5 million onto his contract because it was that important to keep Charlie Weiss. Well, Charlie Weiss is going to have a full toy chest when it comes to calling plays, and no more flashy, shiny toy than Trey Dez Green, who had a chance to visit with earlier today here at SEC Media Days.
All right, man. Y'all are wearing purple, green, and gold.
Absolutely.
Was that Mardi Gras?
Yeah, Mardi Gras.
Was it on purpose?
Yeah.
So y'all decided that?
I got the green. I got the purple. We had 2 suits, and when I went in there, I'm like, "Wait, you should wear the green, bro. You should wear the green." And TJ had the gold, and it just.
So he already had gold.
TJ had the gold, and it's just.
So y'all didn't make the decision beforehand. It just kind of happened that way.
And that was crazy. I just happened. Like, that's wild. The Mardi Gras.
I remember talking to you in the last year in fall camp, and two things we talked about that resonated a lot. One was your body coming off of basketball, right? You talked about how you had to gain weight and lose weight and all this stuff. And the other was about playing basketball, but then about blocking. Want to improve your game and blocking. Let's start with the body component of it, because last year in the offseason, you were getting your body ready again for football after basketball. How different do you feel right now going into fall camp as maybe last year, or do you feel different?
I feel different from what I felt 2 weeks ago.
Like, what you mean?
It feels like I'm just getting stronger and I'm getting in more shape. Coach Savage, the program that he got us on is different. Is so amazing, and I have been seeing changes in my body since he has made it here.
Like what? What's the biggest difference you notice?
I say my frame. Like I'm more filled out than I was. I done lost a lot of the body fat.
Well, you never had body fat. What are you talking about?
We got this thing called DEXA scan, and it tells you how much body fat do you have.
Okay.
And what's the percentage of your muscles, and what's the percentage of your body that has the fat. And I had a lot of body fat. I think my body fat probably dropped down like 3%. I can't even give you the number. And my left leg got 4 pounds bigger.
Is that the leg that got hurt, or was it your right leg?
My right leg got hurt, but I have had problems with my left leg in the past with the tendonitis and stuff. And I have always used my right leg to jump. That's always been my most explosive leg.
Makes sense.
So we've been attacking my left leg, and I have gained 4 pounds of muscles in my left leg.
That's crazy, man. Do
Wow.
do you miss basketball?
Not as much as I used to. Like, I feel that I know what I am in football now. That probably just got me Like I'm not worrying about basketball anymore. I know what I could do in football. It's a lot of 6'7" guys in basketball on that court.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of 6'7" guys in football.
So you said you know what you can do in football. So what can you do in football?
Attack the ball at its highest level. Go out there and give my team a chance. Give my team an opportunity to just win and excel.
Trey Dez Green is hanging out with us here. I want to go back to what we said about last year. You told me you wanted to improve your blocking, which is so interesting because you told me the guys are as physical as you and as talented as you are. I mean, that was always your thing in high school too. Is like transition into football. You just went and caught the ball, giant mismatch. And so to hear someone say, "I want to improve blocking," was interesting. Like, do you think you got better in that? Or where are you focusing this year?
Most definitely. My focus this year was to start to understand the defensive side of the ball, to understand the different coverages and the different pressures that they bring, the different leverages that they play. Okay, if they're in this leverage, they're gonna do this, or if the end is in this technique, they're gonna bring the blitz in this way, and just working with the offensive line, man, working with the offensive lineman to just get my hands and my technique just right. In the run game, even the pass blocking game, we don't get that much time to work on pass rushing like an end do. Like this is what the ends do. They pass rush, but as a tight end, we have to work on everything. Like we don't get that much time to work on pass protection. So just getting the extra time in with the offensive linemen and getting the extra time in with the receivers on the monitor catching, and just even my tight end buddies, just bringing them along. It's just been amazing. They've been teaching me little stuff about blocking too.
Love it, man. So what we saw in spring, man, they would line you up everywhere.
Yeah.
3-point stance, like H-back, slot, wide. Where do you like to play the best?
I don't know. This offense has really opened my eyes. Like in the past, I'd be like, oh man, yeah, I just be a stand up. Like, man, it's opened my eyes so much to the standpoint where I'm just like, put me anywhere, man. Put me anywhere. And they have been putting me anywhere, and I have got the ball out of every
we know.
Yeah.
It was very I was honestly like, Trey, I was surprised, man, how much like Lane would let us watch in spring.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times coaches are very close to the vest with stuff like that. I mean, they were not bashful about feeding you the ball from everywhere. It's pretty obvious. So like when you think about all of that, the opportunity this year and expectations, like if you set personal goals,
I think the only goal that I have I say it's two goals that I have. Like a personal goal, of course, we want to bring that national championship back to Baton Rouge. Like we know what that would do for the city of Baton Rouge, just in the whole state of Louisiana, just bringing that back there. And the culture is just so different. It's different when you're from that state. And like I saw what it was like when they were winning in 2019.
Yeah.
I saw the feeling that everybody had, and I saw like everybody's face. Like, just want to bring that culture and that winning feeling back to Louisiana. And I just want, my other goal is just I want to be the guy that everybody looks at and said he got it done. He got everything that we asked him to do. He got that done, and he did it with no ill intent. He just did it 110%.
Love that, man. And people in the state resonate with guys from Louisiana that put on for LSU. What's it like getting to know Lane Kiffin compared to what did you even, because you weren't a big football guy, like you were not a football guy.
I wasn't, like I didn't know, like I didn't, like in the past interviews there was asking me about the image, and I was like I didn't know nothing about it. I was like I don't because I'm not on social media like to see, or Twitter to see everything. But once I met Coach Kiffin, like I love Coach Kiffin, man. Like from the day that I met him, just everything that he's told me, it has happened. Everything that he has said that has happened. Like I've been getting the ball. Like he's been moving me around and putting me in different positions. Like he's been making everything fun. Like he said he's gonna make it fun. He makes everything fun.
He's fun?
It's amazing. Yes, he's fun. He's amazing.
Because like
he's amazing, man. I don't know what everybody else sees, but he's amazing. He's amazing.
What did you get asked the most today? Because this is your last interview. So what did you get asked the most?
I say it's either the offensive, how I feel about them using me. Like, how would they use me? That's probably the question that I got asked the most. How would Coach Weiss, or what was my reaction to Coach Weiss and Coach Kiffin getting hired? And it was along the lines of, did you ever consider leaving LSU?
Did you?
Nah. It's I don't think the coaching change. I don't think if they probably would have brought anybody in here, I would have still stayed at LSU. Like, I didn't commit to LSU for a coach. I committed to LSU because it's home, and I saw the people. Like, I've witnessed it. I've been in middle school walking down the streets at an LSU game before anybody even knew who I was, and people stopping, asking me, am I hungry, or calling me over there to try Gator. So it's just the hospitality, and I was like, man, I want to play here, and I want to be one of the greats that walk these halls at LSU, this legendary place.
I got a couple more for you. Dude, there's a lot of new on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Give me a name. Who's someone that caught your eye? Receivers or any
receivers?
Yeah.
Them dudes great. Oh man,
There's so many of them.
It's so many. And people ask, they be like, yeah, who's gonna be the starter? Who's gonna be starting? I'm like, man, I don't know all of them great. Like from the Jace Browns to the Eugene, it's amazing. Like Philly right? Yeah. He's amazing. He's been having some explosive plays. Malik Elsie, the transfer from Illinois, he's been killing. Like it's been different. It's been amazing to see those guys come to LSU and embrace the opportunity to be able to play for those 2 colors and 3 letters.
Are you y'all doing a lot of work with Sam Levitt, I would imagine? We didn't get to see Sam in the spring, right? I mean, he was limited. Give us a sense of what it's like with Sam, timing, how the offseason's going with Sam.
It's been amazing with Sam, man. He just wants it. He wants it. He wants to win. He wants everybody to be the best version of themselves. Like, you just feel his energy when he's on the field, man. All the quarterbacks great. All the quarterbacks. I like every single last one of them. Each bring something different to the table. Man, me and Sam click. We did click so much. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. The fans gonna enjoy this.
Clemson opener is gonna be a lot. That's gonna be wild, dude.
Ready.
6 new coaches in the league. I think is fascinating. LSU is gonna face Auburn, Kentucky, Arkansas. They're gonna face.
Cue me. All right, our interview with Trey Dez Green. We're brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. Locations all over South Louisiana. Name brand tires at wholesale prices. And they keep you coming back because they treat you like family. You know, school's going to be back in here in a couple of weeks. If you want that final little beach trip or whatever it is, you hitting the road, or you're just getting back to school ready. Make sure you get your car back to school ready as well. Take it to Shawbills. Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawBillsTire.com. ShawBillsTire.com. Go to the website, hit the promotions tab. You can see all of the specials and the discounts that they have going on right now at Shawbills. They'll sell you the best tires at the cheapest price, and they can treat you awesome, which is why you'll keep coming back year after year after year. Shawbills, we keep you rolling. My apologies there. I'm not sure what happened there. I think we might have lost the end of the interview there, but great conversation with Trey Dez. I wish, after hearing that, in Louisiana we were allowed to bet player props for college, because I would take the over on Trey Dez on every one of them. So if you can get to a sports book that allows player props in college, I would take the over on Trey Dez. I don't even know what they got, but it is very apparent that from all the people we talked to this week, you talked to Brooks Austin, the field guy. You talked to him earlier in the week. Hearing the defensive players today talk about Sam Levitt. Hearing Trey Dez talk about his role in this offense. Yeah, it's going to be a monster junior year for Trey Dez Green, who is still just scratching the surface of his ability as a football player. He played really one full high school season of football. And so really think about it, he's just in his 4th year as a football player. It's incredible to think of the dynamic and that growth going into his physical ability. So excited to see Trey Dez. TJ Dottery coming up in about half an hour. Whit Weeks will start off hour number 3. You're going to want to hear those conversations. We'll continue here. We'll knock out a quick break from Radio Row here on this Thursday edition of AFR. Mississippi State starting quarterback Kamario Taylor. You'll hear that conversation next on AFR.
AFR.
Let's Rev, R-E-V, letsrev.com, letsrev.com. You ever just get super frustrated at super slow internet? Oh, we've all been there, man. The little spinning wheel, slamming your keyboard or your mouse, pounding the desk because it's so frustrating. Your internet's so slow. Storm comes, knocks the power out, knocks the internet out, knocks the cable out. You're so frustrated. Maybe that's just me because I get kind of angry about things. But it's annoying. Nobody wants that to happen. Rev can help. They're local and 5 gigs, lightning fast speeds, and backed by an all-fiber network. Fiber. It's buried under the ground. I mean, you don't have to worry about a storm coming knocking the power lines down. Let's Rev. Listen, more than 70,000 Louisiana homeowners and business owners trust Rev. You should as well. REV. 90 years of local experience. Let'sRev.com. Let'sRev.com. Need a steel building? Proform Steel. I want you to remember the name. Why use Proform Steel? Well, I got tons of reasons. Here's a few. How about the lead times? 6 to 8 weeks from signed contract out the door. They'll get it to you quicker. Free delivery on every building. You buy it from them, they'll deliver it for free. It's Proform Steel. You can even order online. You can pick the style, size, color, doors, submit the form, get a call back the same day. And at Proform Steel, they use American-made materials on everything. No exceptions. It's Proform Steel. Maybe you need a shed in your backyard. Maybe we're talking about a big industrial facility. Need a steel building? You want Proform Steel. Make sure you call Brandon Golson, you know the name, at Proform Steel. Check them out, Proform Steel.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar.
Coverage continues here from Radio Row at SEC Football Media Days, presented by Rev Fiber, Relief Windows, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, and Parish Construction and Roofing. Kamario Taylor, the starting quarterback at Mississippi State, the highest rated quarterback ever to sign with the Bulldogs, stopped by our booth earlier today here on Radio Row. We roll along here, final day of SEC Football Media Days, and we are joined now by the quarterback, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, Kamario Taylor, joining us. Thank you for the time, man. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, and I'm peeping those. Like, those are incredible. Can you walk us through? Can you show the camera what you're wearing?
I can't.
Look at that, man. Louis?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. You get those specific. Oh, got your number on the back, too? No?
Nah.
Sorry, I thought it was your number. When'd you get those?
Oh, I just
For
got
this?
Yeah, I just got these yesterday. Well, no, 2 days ago.
How many pair you got?
I don't really wear designer shoes.
Oh, you're not a sneakerhead?
No, I am. Like when
Okay.
it comes to Jordans. Yeah, okay. I peeped your. I peeped them.
Someone asked me to count the other day. I got 112 pair. It's a problem. It's a problem.
See, like normally, after I wear them, if I don't like the shoe as much anymore. After I wear them after one fit, I give them away to the guys.
That's cool.
Back at the crib.
That's cool. Hey, coming into this season, you're a guy that I think people are really interested to talk about because you came with so much expectation. I mean, great athleticism and fit in this offense. How valuable was the experience of last year, the playing time you got a year ago coming into this season?
It was very needed, very much needed. I needed the backseat role for a minute, just sit behind Blake in order for me to learn how to become a quarterback, learn from Lev, allow him to teach me, allow him to coach me. So going into this year, that all those little traits from back then, all those characteristics that I learned, they're gonna come to the light.
Where did you feel like you needed to improve the most from last year to this year?
My accuracy, for a fact.
Okay.
Accuracy.
So what do you do to improve accuracy?
Just go diagnose your throws, like keep your shoulder levels, like the tilt. Look at your lower body, like see how much movement you're getting from your hips, and make sure your feet are pointed at your target. Like your mechanics are still the same. They're the same generic mechanics that you learned when you first learned throw a ball.
Did you when did you first start to get recruited by Coach Levy?
I first started getting recruited by Coach Levy when he got to Mississippi State.
So he got to State. I mean, you're in Macon. He immediately starts recruiting you.
Yes,
you're the guy. What's that relationship like with him? It's such a brilliant offensive minded coach and like works with quarterbacks. Like, what's your relationship like there?
It's a unique relationship, honestly. Lev kind of treats me like I'm his child. He loves me like I'm a son. So it's different playing for a guy like who loves you. So, and I love him. So it's different for me playing for him instead of me playing for my coach. So that relationship is like a beautiful relationship.
Y'all talk off the field. Yeah.
Like I'm able to like the thing with Lev, I'm able to run to him about anything, any different situation. Like if I'm going through anything, if I need just to talk to him, like it could be about ball, it could be it could be non-football related. Like it just could be different things. Like Lev is just a guy who I can run to for anything.
We'll talk a little bit about some of the guys on that offense as well. You go through spring and you look around and you look at the guys, man. Who's a name that you think SEC fans are going to get to know this fall?
You guys already know Ant. You're gonna get to know. They know Aiden also. So and they know Keith. So you guys are gonna get to know Frisco McGee, Grayson Harris, and Zion Reagan. Like those are gonna be guys like, and Colin Wilson. Those are gonna be guys like who named and learned like, okay, these guys are legit.
Yeah. Give me some characteristics.
Frisco is a guy who's never covered. Like even when he's covered, the ball is caught. Like it's a caught ball. Like regardless, like it could be 100% like locked up. The ball is caught. Grayson is a guy who we call him sweet feet. Like you're not gonna be able to touch him. Like when the ball is in his hands, like he's able to do things with the football, like guys, like things you only see, only things you can only imagine. Zion, the speedster. Everybody knows like what speed should do in this offense.
Yeah.
Colin Wilson, we call him baby Saquon Barkley. That's what we call him. Like he has his patience, his IQ, and just the way he able to diagnose is just it's significant, honestly.
Kamario Taylor with us for a couple more minutes here. Y'all are going to come play in Baton Rouge.
Right.
So you may not know, but like this is the game. Like LSU has played Mississippi State more than any opponent in its program history. So I know there's the Egg Bowl is the rivalry that you'll have, but have you thought about what it's going to be like to play in Baton Rouge?
Oh, it's gonna be a blessing. It's gonna be an honor. Like I was an LSU fan growing up, so like I always wanted to go. Never had a visit to Baton Rouge, never been to Del Valley, So I'm excited to go play there.
You grew up an LSU fan,
right? Because of the Tigers. So my high school was called Knoxville County Tigers. So like I was just thinking like Tigers.
Yeah.
I was a Mississippi State Bulldog fan also, but like I was also an LSU fan. It was a Mississippi State LSU go neck and neck.
Who'd you like to watch? What players?
I like the Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Terrence Marshall, like all those guys.
Turns out those guys are pretty good at football.
They are.
It turns out.
They are.
That's a heck of a team. What's your goals for the season?
My main goal is probably to stay. It's not even probably. It's 100% like to play a minimum of 13 games. And that means like with me staying 100% healthy throughout the whole season. That's my main goal.
Best ability is availability.
Correct.
We wish you good luck and good health, man. Thank you so much for the time.
I appreciate you.
Matt's interview with Mississippi State quarterback Kamario Taylor. It's after further review. We'll grab a break here. A couple technical difficulties on site, so we'll grab a break. We'll come back on the other side, continue live from SEC Football Media Days with Matt's conversation with John Neighbors from Inside Arkansas. That's next here on AFR.
After further review.
DuplessisPools.com, DuplessisPools.com, DuplessisPools.com. Go to DuplessisPools.com and start building your dream pool today. DuplessisPools.com. Hat tip to my friend Derek Duplessis and the great staff, as for the second consecutive year, Duplessis Pools was named a top 50 pool builder in America by Pool & Spa magazine. As a matter of fact, Duplessis Pools was the only pool builder in the state of Louisiana to receive that honor. DuplessisPools.com is the website, DuplessisPools.com. Yesterday was awesome. Me, Erica, Drew spent part of our Sunday cooling off in the pool. Might have had a cold Bud Light or two. It's a great way to spend those summer days. Great way to have parties, showpiece. That dream can be your reality as well. But start at DuplessisPools.com. You can design your pool online. You can finance it online. Pay for it right now. It's DuplessisPools.com. Check them out online. It's DuplessisPools.com.
Now's the time to save it.
Time to call the Hogs. Spirit Fingers. It's John Neighbors from Inside Arkansas. How are you?
I'm great, man. How about yourself?
Good. That was a weird hand grab there.
That's what we do.
If that happened. That is what just happened.
Sounds like the Golden Boot rivalry in general. Just a weird thing.
Just a weird thing. Very forced, contrived. No one really likes it, but you pretend like you do because you feel like you got a sort of thing.
That's right.
LSU's going to go to Arkansas this year in a really weird spot on the schedule, back-to-back road conference games. What do you suspect Arkansas will be playing for on Thanksgiving weekend when LSU's in Fayetteville?
At best, a bowl berth. I mean, this is a tough year for Arkansas. It's been tough years, but 9-game SEC schedule. Before they play LSU, they're coming off the road against Texas, which we know Texas is going to be one of the better teams. And so being in Fayetteville is great, but it's just a weird time where if you're not playing for anything, where's the juice going to be at? You know, if you're sitting there at 2-9 going into it or something, like, what are you playing for? You know, it's going to be just a weird spot. But at best case, if they're sitting there 5-6 or something, I think that's going to be something that maybe Arkansas can look forward to and adding a little bit more juice to that matchup.
Who's going to play quarterback?
KJ Jackson is what I believe.
Okay. Is there a competition?
Supposedly. I mean, listen, it's been going since
And KJ
spring.
Jackson's he played against LSU last year when Taylor and Green got a little nicked up.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, he's been in the program now for, this is going to be his third year. Bobby Petrino recruited him, really liked him, and he was a guy that, alongside Quincy Rhodes, when Ryan Silverfield was hired in the press conference, they brought both of those guys. And, you know, obviously we've seen the competition play out in spring. It didn't look good. I did not like the quarterback situation in the spring. Fall camp and listening to Ryan Silverfield, I just feel like he's not going to announce or say anything till game week. It just is not going to happen. But here's how I look at it. From what I've heard, one, KJ Jackson's the guy. They have their reasons for why they're not going to announce it. And two, I'm sorry, you don't bring the backup quarterback to your press conference when you get hired and be like, look how excited you should be because our backup quarterback's coming back. It's like, no, you want to bring that because your quarterback's there. So I just feel like he's the better player. He's got the better upside. Is he elite? Is he great? I'm not going to go to that far, but I do believe he's going to be the guy when it's all said and done.
Is Ryan Silverfield the right guy for the job?
It's a loaded question, my man. But I think he has elements to him that can work as long as he has the supporting cast of the administration. And just like everything, you got to pay, you got to have the money, you got to have the funding. I think there's some parts of him that could really be good because he is big on the fundamentals, which, yes, no one wants to turn the ball over. No one wants to commit penalties, but it's the way he recruits, it's the type of players he recruits, it's the type of things he coaches. I think those are the things that can really make a difference because my least favorite stat is that Arkansas is 17-49 in one-possession games since 2012. Last year they went 2-10, and how many games did they lose by one possession? I mean, that could have been easily a 7-5 year. It doesn't matter. You win. You lost the games. But those are the little bitty things like turning the ball over, those penalties that made the differences in those games in one possession. So if you have a coach that can bring that type of mentality and build on that and make it great, then you start winning those one possession games, which makes you into a much better program.
John Neighbors is with us inside Arkansas. Are they going to be good on defense?
Better, but it's not saying much when you're like, dead last forever. But I was thinking with the type of players that they have, of course, starts with Quincy Rhodes, great player, probably the only all-SEC caliber player Arkansas has on the roster on paper right now. But they really did an overhaul. I mean, Arkansas has the most additions out of the transfer portal of any SEC school. And
More than LSU?
More than LSU.
Wow, how many?
Yeah, I think it was like 48. Wow, something to that
LSU's
extent.
42.
Okay, yeah. So
wild.
LSU's up there too. But they had to do an overhaul, but a lot of it was defensively. And they basically have, besides Quincy Rhodes, everyone's brand new. But what they're doing is a very interesting type of defense. Ron Roberts, a defense coordinator who obviously has some SEC experience. What they're going to be trying to do is, instead of trying to get guys that like LSU so used to have 6'6", 280-pound edge rushers that can get after it, 5-star players. They know they're not going to get those. So they're going to try to be really creative by getting to the quarterback, focusing on that, doing the pressure by having a lot of speed and hybrid players in the outside, which may or may not work, but considering Arkansas's defense and how bad it's been historically for 10, 15 years now, what's the worst that could happen?
Why? So I guess in the NIL portal era, when Arkansas has very prominent donors, why we saw Indiana win a championship? Yeah. Why can't Arkansas get those players? Is the financial commitment not there in football?
I think it's everybody's got to be on the same page, and I think the financial commitment for football could be there if you just handled it the right way. But the problem is that you have John Calipari in basketball, and he's boys with John Tyson, which John Tyson, and I love Mr. Tyson, the chicken man himself. I love the man, but his passion is basketball and golf. That's his passion. And as I've always said, you can't tell billionaires how to spend their money. That's what they're going to do. Now, he's given money to football, like he's doing things, but that's really where his focus is going to be. And Dave Van Horn in baseball, there's got to be a lot of funding there too. But in football, it's tough to get people rallied around because, one, there's a lot of mistrust for the administration and the athletic director. There's a lot of problems in understanding how to being, instead of being proactive, they're being more reactive to everything that's happening and trying to move forward. There's just a lot of things that could be helping themselves, but it's when John Calipari comes knocking on your door as a donor, it's John Calipari. You're like, hey, yeah, it's John Calipari. Same with Dave Van Horn. He's a lifer in baseball. But in football, you got a program that's been down in the dumps in its worst stretch in 5 years. You're so far behind the 8 ball, it's not even funny. And it's got to be the most expensive sport that you have to spend money on. And you got a brand new head coach that not a lot of people know. So it's just really tough to try to sell that to somebody when they're like, well, why would I give that? Well, if I give to basketball, we have a chance to win a title right now. Yeah. And that's John Calipari. It's just a really bad combination of a lot of bad things.
You said, John Neighbors, Inside Arkansas, you said best case for Arkansas is when LSU shows up Thanksgiving weekend that the Hogs are playing for a bowl game. Walk me through the spots the spot on the schedule that's imperative. What's got to happen for Arkansas to get there?
Well, obviously, they've drawn off the jump. Game 2, they go on the road to Utah, which is tough, and that's, to me, the key game where if you win that game, or if you go, let me put it this way, if you're going to go to a bowl game, you have to win that game, pure and simple.
You got to win all 3 non-conference.
You got to win all 3 non-conference games, so that way you're halfway there. But they start the SEC season with Georgia, and then they go to Texas A&M, and then Tennessee at home. That's how you start. And then your final 2 games, as just mentioned, at Texas and LSU at home, which obviously are going to be teams far and away better than Arkansas. So 5 out of your 9 games right there are against the toughest, and it's bookend. It's that 4 game right there in between where you have Missouri, Auburn, South Carolina, and Vanderbilt. Okay. Those are the ones. So that stretch right there, those 4 games, yeah, it'd be great to win all 4. But if you're going to go to a bowl game, you got to win 3 of those 4. That's the only chance, or at least the one that's going to put you up in the best success for a chance. Because even if Arkansas's 5-6 going into that LSU game, I know it's a kooky game, but I don't think anybody's going to feel still confident that Arkansas is going to win.
LSU, it's very much going to depend on what LSU is playing for. We've seen that over and over again. If LSU's not playing for anything of significance, that could be a...
They're playing for the boot. They're playing for the boot. Are you telling me that's not significant?
He's John Neighbors, Inside Arkansas. Tweet him about the boot. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Quick reminder about Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry, lmfj.com. lmfj.com for Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. They're the best. If you are, gentlemen, thinking about popping the question and you're thinking about where am I going to go buy that diamond, I want you to consider this. There are places that will sell you man-made lab diamonds, but what are you buying? It's according to its makeup and characteristics, sure, diamond. But is it going to hold its value? Is that the way you want to say, I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you? Go to Lee Michaels. Go to Lee Michaels. Walk in the door. Experience the thing I talk about all the time, which is the Lee Michaels experience. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry with 10 locations. Baton Rouge, 2 locations in Baton Rouge. New Orleans, Lafayette, Shreveport, Mississippi, Texas as well. 10 locations across 3 states. It's Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry. Thrill her, gentlemen. Thrill her with a gift in the red box from Lee Michaels Fine Jewelry.
All right, we're going to put a button here on hour number 1 of AFR. So technical difficulties over there in on Radio Row in Tampa at SEC Media Days, but that's not going to deter the rest of the show that we have coming up for you. We'll grab a break here. We'll come back. SportsCenter will get you caught up on all national headlines, and then we will lead off hour number 2 with Matt's conversation with LSU linebacker TJ Daugherty. We still have to get to Whit Weeks. Matt sat down with Cole Kublik for almost 20 minutes, so we'll bring you, obviously, that conversation as well. We will get you back out to our Radio Row and packed full of all the SEC Media Day content that we had planned for you here today. It just might sound a touch different, but stick around. TJ Daugherty, when we come back after SportsCenter to kick off hour number 2 here of AFR. Musso kind of going to pilot the ship here for you, but all the content, as I said, will come from SEC Media Days. Chris Gordy, J.D. Piquel, or Brian Haydad covers Mississippi State. I mean, we're locked and loaded. Still have plenty to do. So, just kind of unfortunate how this just went down with the technical difficulties. Normally, this is how we would function the show anyway. It would be me kind of anchoring it and tossing to the content. Ended up that way after all. But we still have a lot of great stuff. Of course, if you missed anything from the first hour, AFR On Demand, presented by Brett Goff. Thanks to Parrish Construction and Roofing, FMOL, Our Lady of the Lake, Relief Windows, Rev Fiber. They've brought you the coverage all week, and we still have 2 hours of that left. So hour number 2 coming up next here on AFR.
After further review.
Love telling you about Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. That's Arco Power Systems. We talk about generators a lot in Louisiana, especially all along the Gulf Coast, where we're sort of in this storm belt right here in the Gulf Coast. Well, of course, a lot of people have home standby generators. When we talk about Arco Power Systems, these are not home standby generators. This is industrial generator power. This is for your business. I mean, just think about it. When the power goes out, be it a hurricane, an ice storm, snow like we had last year, power goes out. What do you do with your business? Well, being offline is not an option. That's why you need Arco Power Systems. ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com, arco.com. Just look at all the locations. Baton Rouge, Bossier, Harvey, Lake Charles, Mandeville, Mobile, LaPorte, Texas, San Antonio, Little Rock, Houston, Dallas. They're everywhere. So if you're a business and you need standby power for your business, you need Arco Power Systems. ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com, arco.com.